What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
The end of After is near, but we're not sure whether our favorite Tessa and Hardin will get their happily ever after. What concerns us is the fact that Tessa's mental health is getting worse. Just a fair warning, spoilers for After We Fell and After Ever Happy the book are ahead, but we believe that you don't need spoilers. If you're anything like us, you're just curious about what will happen to Hardin and Tessa and whether they'll solve all of their issues and challenges. Since you've already seen After We Fell, I mean, you've seen it more than once, you know that the film leaves us on a couple of cliffhangers. Because of the cliffhangers, the fourth installment of the series is expected to continue right after the events of the third one. After Ever Happy will feature Tessa moving to Seattle, Hardin's relationship with his biological father, and a lot of darker things you never expect to see in this franchise. For those of you who aren't familiar, these movies are based on the book series of the same name by Anna Todd, and since the source material is already available, we might as well get into it and see what kind of direction the final installment will go. Now, before we continue, we need you to remember that no one knows whether the creators will stay loyal to the source material, and we should always expect to see some changes. The After Ever Happy book's official synopsis on Simon & Schuster's website says the following: as the shocking truth about each of their families emerges, it's clear the two lovers are not so different from each other. Tessa is no longer the sweet, simple, good girl she was when she met Hardin, any more than he is the cruel, moody boy she fell so hard for. The synopsis later reveals that the female protagonist knows she's the only one who can save Hardin from himself, and he clearly needs her. But the more layers of his past come to light, and the darker he grows, and the harder he pushes Tessa and everyone else in his life away. Tessa's not sure she really can save him, not without sacrificing herself. Thankfully, we already have the 2 teaser trailers released.
Been looking for you.
Want a drink?
Please, Hardin.
You're not the one who just found out his entire life was a lie, sweetheart.
Seeing the trailers so early came as a surprise, but the most important thing is that they're here and they look, well, sad. Yeah, we expected to see some promising content, but the footage made us sad actually. In the 1-minute clip, Hardin and Tessa are not over the drama. No. It appears as if we're about to see the worst. As expected, Hardin tries to cope with the shocking family secrets that came to the surface in the third installment. All of us have demons, Tessa says near the trailer's ending. You face them, but just when you think you're winning, it turns out they weren't your demons to begin with. The first teaser trailer for the upcoming film was released at the end of 2021. And as previously mentioned, one thing is clear: the couple is ahead of a couple of challenges. The worst thing about the trailer itself is Tessa's mental health. We really wish to see her happy and satisfied with where she is, but apparently we'll have to wait until this girl will be given a break. I thought we had a love that was out of a novel, and no matter how hard it was, we would survive to tell the story. Tessa says in the second trailer. Hardin comforts her by saying their love can survive, to which she answers, I don't want to survive, I want to live. In the end, she says, I'm sorry I couldn't fix you. If I know one thing, is that we're going to need a lot of tissues for this film.
Hardin, I know you're upset, but this isn't us.
Why are you always trying to fight?
Now, did you guys know that a different actress almost played Tessa? Julia Goldani Tellez, an actress most known for her role in The Affair, was initially cast as Tessa, but decided to give up the role just 2 weeks before filming. She listed scheduling conflicts as the reason for her refusing to play the character. Do you guys think she would have been a better fit for the role than Josephine Langford? Let us know before we get into details about whether this is indeed the final film. As confirmed by Fiennes Tiffin, you need to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Now seriously, there are a lot of fans who are still wondering whether After Ever Happy is indeed the last film of the popular franchise, and we're so sad to assure you that yes, it is. We'll need to say goodbye to Hardin and Tessa, but not for long. We have some really good news. We'll get 2 more After movies. Per report by Teen Vogue, a prequel and the Next Generation sequel are already in development. The After universe just keeps expanding, the director revealed in an interview with Teen Vogue. Landon is a person who directed After We Fell and After Ever Happy, and she'll also direct these 2 additional projects. The prequel will follow the events of the book before, and this will be a film in which the story will get told from Hardin's perspective. This means that we'll finally see why the male protagonist is the way he is. The thing is, Fiennes Tiffin won't return to reprise his role for this project because the story will be about a younger version of the character. Do you guys have any suggestions about who could play a younger younger version of Hardin? Let us know.
I'm giving you one chance to leave with me.
The sequel will follow Tessa and Hardin's children, Emery and Auden, and their cousin Addie. Readers meet these three children near the end of Todd's After Ever Happy. According to Teen Vogue, Hardin and Tessa will appear in this project, but only as supporting characters. Sadly, Hero and Josephine won't return to reprise their roles for this project either. Anyways, fans who read the novels would be disappointed to know that the creators needed to ignore a lot of things that occur in the books because they need to maintain a PG-13 rating. If you have read the original Wattpad story or the books, you already know how much of the content of the novels was overlooked. This was on purpose. The creators had to ignore some events in order for the films to be aimed towards a certain target group, younger teen audiences. Interestingly enough, the writer Anna Todd initially wanted the franchise to be R-rated. Now, we have a question for you. Do you think the entire franchise is full of red flags?
All of us have demons. You face them, but just when...
Well, we talked about this in our previous videos and we decided to mention it again, simply because the upcoming film of the franchise faces a lot of backlash even prior to its release date. A lot of viewers think the third film portrays a toxic relationship as something we all want to have, and according to these viewers, that's problematic. The after films include everything from family issues to relationship struggles, and most importantly, these films present the reality we live in. A lot of critics and fans were not fascinated by the 2019 romance because, as they claim, the franchise keeps glamorizing abusive relationships. And I know some of you might hate me for saying this, but here it is, the untold truth. We don't think the films are toxic. We believe the film portrays an unhealthy relationship. We believe it's wrong for Tessa to stay with Hardin after he did so many wrong things. And we really believe that the pair should work on communication. But we don't think the films are trying to force you to get into an unhealthy relationship.
It turns out they weren't your demons to begin with.
In an interview with Decider, Josephine Langford and Hero finds Tiffin said that the unhealthy nature of the film is an essential part of the story. It's difficult to view it objectively because you sort of have to be in her headspace, Langford told Decider, adding that they don't have a healthy relationship and that's the story. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Heroes agreed that people criticize the franchise for advocating like a toxic relationship, adding that it's time for you to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. Hero said it's not a rule book for people to follow and take into their lives. We seriously love him for clearing this out. We'll see you in the next video.